with Paid in Full, having a few songs in there.
Yes, that was through a publishing deal. Oh, she done got into that thing and pulled out the toy. I don't want to hear that. East. Yes. You're gonna hear a couple squeaks for a minute, but that's gonna end. That's gonna end. But Paid in Full, yeah. A company. What was the name of that company? It was a publishing company. A&M, ACM Records. And they placed like the Latin joints that I was in there doing, the Sabrosísimo, all the Latin joints I was recording in Hollywood
was around by
were the songs, which I was gonna put on my label, which I just ended up doing a publishing deal with her and let her run with it. And yeah, that was kind of sweet to have, because Paid in Full is like another cult classic right now. That's a true story. And every time dude's going into the what's his name? I forget his name. That Spanish cat. He's one of my favorite actors too. But yeah, can I get that? Ends up. It put me in a nice little spot. It put me in a nice little spot. So I give it up to them. Still getting checks, so I'm good.
Right. And one of the other songs that I really, really liked, and I was excited to hear, and I wanted you to talk about your flow in particular, was the Buggin' with the Beatnuts. Because toward the middle of the verse, when you start going fast, and you start naming all the groups and your affiliations and the old school stuff, the thing about it is, like, you on that record, and then I've had the fortune of being around a lot of artists from around your era and a little bit after, like LL, being in the studio with him recently and all this different stuff, to where I want you to explain that people can still have it. Like, if you listen to that song, you would never have thought, the people probably wouldn't think you came out in the 70s, early 80s, you know?
You know what?
You're killing it on that.
More blessings. It's kind of like Grandmaster Cass used to say this. He said, if you're going to build a house and you're going to get some plumbing done, do you want someone who just came out of plumbing school, or do you want a master plumber to work on your pipings? Which I would consider ourselves to be masters of our craft, because I don't care where or when or what. There's not a time or a moment where, let's hit it, let's get it. Because we got a lot in the repertoire. The catalog is quite big when it comes to the lyrics, and man, we'll give it anytime. We'll give it.
So what made you in particular do that verse that way, where you had all the references? Because I thought
I wanted to do something that had most of everybody that I know in my little circle, and some to just be able to touch on everything, on all the groups, because back then there was only a chosen few. There weren't that many groups. When it came to the groups, you got the Funky, the Treacherous, the Furious, Fantastic, Cold Crush. There's a whole lot more, of course, that's not off the top of my dome that I'm not remembering. Of course, you had Soul Sonic, of course, with Biggs and Lisa and everybody. But look at it now. There's millions. Back then, it was only chosen few. So I always wanted to say something that's gonna stay and have every, and no matter what, because I have no animosities, or I have no sour feelings against any person on earth. I've always been a happy character. I think that's just my disposition, but I think it's because of the man upstairs blessing me all the time. But I remember, I think it was Greg Nice. Yeah, Greg Nice. He was like, yo, Whip, every time I see you are always like, yo, you're a happy guy, because I know there's a lot of disgruntled old school cats out there that don't feel the same way about things, and feel the world owes them,
You've mentioned a few.
Huh?
You've mentioned
I ain't going there. But look, it's a lot easier to smile than it is to frown and have those terrible feelings. Because I'm also a big believer in karma. What goes around comes around. You know, like I said, we're blessed to still be able to still have the same voice for one. A lot of people lost their voices. A lot of people lost their sharpness. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Kick It a Stack, the Fat Rhymes, you know. Oh, that's another one. Do you remember the one with Curtis Blow and Donald D and Kaz? Is it Kaz? I mean, Rat Pack for DJ Utaka?
I remember it, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, more records. Brother Ali, another record. I'm jumping around, but
well, listen, that was another one I was going to get to, the Brother Ali, to listen, because that one was interesting in the sense it seemed to be, or I'd heard that he was inspired by the old routines and he wanted to bring that to that record. So what was the discussion you guys had before you collaborated?
DJ Z-Trip set that up. He was like, Brother Ali hit him, and he hit me. He said, "Hey, it's this cat. He wants you on his, on his album." And he said he doesn't have anybody on his album. He doesn't want anybody, but he specifically wanted Prince Whip a Whip on his album. So I was like, cool. You know, they flew me out to Milwaukee, I think it was.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, yes. And we got in the studio, we did it, and I was like, oh, it was really nice. They put me up in a beautiful hotel, even though I didn't get a chance to get in it because we were partying so long that right after the party, it was time to go to the airport. Like 7 a.m, 8. I think my flight was 8 something in the morning. We left the club with the venue for like 5 a.m. So I think I was in it for all of enough time to take a shower and pack my stuff, which I never really unpacked. But that was a really nice project. And then the one I did with Z-Trip, all about the music. Is it all about the music? Z-Trip stepped to me and was like, yo, I need something that when it comes down to, I need to make a party move that, bam, I could throw this on and I can guarantee to make a move. And we did that one, and I love that song. I really like, the way Z-Trip. So Brother Ali was through Z-Trip, and then, of course, I did one with Z-Trip.
Okay. And then the Z-Trip connection, why do you think you guys work so well together?
Well, he's a great DJ. I mean, I remember going on tour with him. It was a nice tour, yo, and just watching him play the drums and mix rock and roll into hip hop, to me I was like, wow, this is some fly shit for one man to accomplish this. And he just happened to be a great guy, and I think we just. Like I said, there's not too many people that I've met that I could not work with. What's sad is there should be so many more. Like I saw a post today, I think, on Facebook with a picture of Kaz, Mel, and Mo D. And they called out all the DJs, Premier, and all these cats. Yo, we ain't gonna be here forever. You got the opportunity. Let's make something happen. It's sad that you don't see a lot of the cats that have the ability to grab a lot of these old cats that are out still that can definitely whoop some ass and knock out something new. It's like old school, new school. You choose who rules. It is still right now. It's kind of like jazz. Yo, you got greats of greats out here, but yet. It's like nobody really wants to do anything. I'm like, well, you're lost. We'll do it for ourselves. Now, everything's digital. So it's not like I got to worry about pressing and this, that, and the other, unless it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? And now it's digital download. Yo, I go to the studio and just knock out everything. So it would be nice to have the Puffies and to have some of these the Premiers and some of these cats that definitely had the ability to say, yo, I got a track for you. Yo, let's try something, this, that, and the other. Because there's still so much to be ventured. There's still so many things that haven't been done. So many, and it's a shame that these things aren't coming up like like you would expect them to. I know if I had money and I snatched some of them, some old cat, if I had it, I'd be like, shit, let me put together my micro group, you know, my super group, and you know, let's see what happens. Yeah. Worst case scenario, I stepped to Herc. I was like, Herc, you've never put out an album. I said, we should get one guy from every group or anybody you choose, knock out an album. All you got to do is put your stamp on it. Worst case scenario, out of sheer curiosity, the whole world's going to want to know what the creator is doing today. Worst case scenario, couple million. That's the worst case scenario. Right. Can you imagine shit that it just goes atomic? Simple little things like that.
Right. So what are you working on that you want to tell people about now?
Well, right now, I'm more, how can I say? I got a couple of deals in the mix. I mean, I want to do the worldwide thing. So, you'll be seeing a trailer pretty soon with me rapping pretty much in Japanese, Russian, Portuguese, Spanish, French, Italian. And that'll be within the next month or so. I'm doing like 4 bars for every country. And hey, all the places that we're going to record in, but I'm calling in all my markers. Whoever's with me is with me, whoever's not is not, but I'm putting together all this stuff. And, you know, we're just going to hit it out the ballpark and see where it goes. Because like I said, you know, we don't get these offers that much. And so when people come at you and they're like, hey, you know, like Brazil's my home away from home. I love me some Brazil. Italy, I mean, all these places are just beautiful and they receive us so well. Greece, we was in Athens and that was just incredible. So it's like, no matter where you go, we have opportunity. The main thing now is to grasp your best and to just give it to them, because shit, that's what I do.
Well, there it is. Prince Whipper Whip, we appreciate you coming through to Unique Access Entertainment, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You know, you know, we gonna cross paths. We're gonna cross paths. But bottom line, man, you know, especially with what LL's doing with the radio, that's a beautiful thing. See, now that's what's up. That's what's up. Rock the Bells, love it. I'm in my car. That's the only station that gets played is Rock the Bell. And I get to hear everything, all that old school, which is so beautiful. Because, you know, I'm not disrespecting music today, but a lot of stuff is, you know, fly by night. And I ain't really, you know, if it ain't rhythmic, it's kind of weird. But I still love my old school hip hop, my true school hip hop. And I'm not saying that because I'm old school, true school, and being biased, but hey, it's good.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.